Hello everyone. I hope you all are well at home. So today we are going to start the new chapter, electricity. You people are quite familiar with this topic, electricity, isn't it? And if I give you a situation to just imagine even single day without electricity, what will happen? You'll not be able to charge your phone first of all, isn't it? Which is the most important thing these days. Second thing, many of the electrical appliances will stop working because there is no electricity, and maybe you will not get water also because these days we are having motor in house, and these motors works on electricity only. Yes, you will not be able to watch television, your refrigerators will not work, you will not have ice cubes and ice creams, so many things are there, means many of the things going to mess up if there is no electricity in your house even for a single day you can manage anyhow, but it will go for 1 week, then how will you manage? You can't even imagine. So electricity is a very important aspect of our life these days. Many of the modern technologies works on electricity only. Our computers, they work on electricity. So many of the things are there, many electrical appliances are there which work on electricity only. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about electricity, from where it has come and how do we form it. Let's move to the next slide. Electricity. The term electricity can be used to refer to any of the properties that particles like protons and electrons have as a result of their charge. That means protons and electrons, they move through the conductor to produce electricity. So these are the charges. Charges basically are of two types, you know that. So for charges we will discuss later on after this slide. It can also be defined as flow of electric current. So how can we define electricity? Electricity basically depends upon the flow of electric charges as well as current. Okay, when there is a flow of current in the conductor, then we can say electricity is produced. When there are electric charges in the conductor, freely moving electric charges, then we can say it will conduct electricity once connected to a source, isn't it? So electricity can be defined as flow of electric current. Then electric charges. What are electric charges? You know that two types of electric charges are there, that is positive or negative. So you will simply say that. So whenever these positive or negative charges flows through a conductor, it produces electricity. There are positive and negative charges in an atom, and which is a fundamental particle of that atom. So it produces electrical charges. So what is the SI unit of charge? Its SI unit is coulomb, and 1 coulomb charge is equals to 1 coulomb charge means that amount of charge which is present on 6 into 10 to the power 18 electrons. That means charge on 1 electron will be equals to 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and this you have to learn actually. Okay, that is Q is equals to NE. From where we get this 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, that is Q is equals to NE. Q means charge, N means number of electrons. जितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होंगे और एक इलेक्ट्रॉन पे जितना चार्ज होगा उतना टोटल चार्ज होगा एक एटम में. Okay, so Q is equals to number of electrons multiplied by charge on those electrons. So two bodies will be called as negatively or positively charged only when if the number of protons are greater than the number of electrons, are more than the number of electrons, then we can say the object is positively charged, the atom is positively charged. And if number of electrons are more in number, then we can say the atom is negatively charged. But what if the number of electrons and number of protons are equal in number? Then we can say the atom is electrically neutral, because both the charges will cancel each other and the atom will become electrically neutral. Then move to the next one, that is properties of electric charge. There are some properties of these charges. We know that the first one is very much clear, that like charges repel each other but unlike charges attract each other. As in case of magnet, we know that north pole will attract south pole but north pole will repel north pole of another magnet. Same we do in charges, that like charges positive will repel each other but unlike charges positive negative will attract each other. But electrical charge remains conserved. Now what does it mean that electrical charge is conserved? It means that charge can neither be created nor be destroyed. It means the total charge of an isolated system is conserved. Means it is transferring from one body to another, but it will remain conserved. That is why the total charge present in the universe remains conserved. That is why we are saying that electric charge is conserved. Third one is electric charge is quantized. Quantized is a term related with quantity. That means the net charge of a body or a system is the integral multiple of charge on an electron. एक इलेक्ट्रॉन पे जितना चार्ज होता है, that multiply by the number of charges. That is Q is equals to NE, where E means the charge on an electron. That is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and N means the number of electrons, as we have discussed earlier. Then the fourth one, which is the important one, that electric charges follow Coulomb's law of electrostatics. What does this law mean? Coulomb is a unit of charge. The force between two charges is directly proportional to the product of magnitude of charges taken with sign and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. It is Coulomb's law of electrostatics, and it is important also. Just go through it very carefully. So F is directly proportional to Q1, Q2, that means the product of two charges, and F is directly proportional to 1 upon R square, that means inversely proportional to the square of distance between the two. If we combine the first and second equation, we will get F is directly proportional to Q1, Q2 upon R square, and you know that when we remove this proportionality sign, we always get a constant along with equals to. So that constant is K here. Okay, where K is the constant of proportionality, whose value is 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per coulomb square, as per the solution or the values given to these symbols. Charge is a scalar quantity, that means it does not have any direction, it can flow in any direction in any way. Okay, so Q1, Q2, as you can see in the diagram, Q1, Q2 are the two charges separated by a distance R. So force between the two, we can say, is equals to Q1, Q2 upon R square. Okay, along with this K, whose value is 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per coulomb square. Next is charging of a substance. What do you mean by charging of a substance? We can charge the substance in two ways. Either we give the electronic charge, like means the continuous flow of charges through it, or there are some charges which remains there for some time. That is charges at rest. We have already discussed about this, that charges can be produced by two ways, that is by frictional electricity or by charging it, or by current electricity. So the first one is the phenomena which gives the attracting power to the bodies is called electricity. इसकी वजह से उसमें attracting power आती है किसी भी body में, that is electricity, and the bodies are said to be electrified or charged. Second is electricity produced by friction, that means by rubbing of two, is called frictional electricity or static electricity. In this case, the charges remains at rest on the top layer or the top part of the object where we are going to rub, or from where we are going to give it friction. So branch of science which deals with the study of static electricity, when means the charges are at rest, at that branch of physics is known as electrostatics. The branch of physics which deals with the study of current electricity, means the charges are in motion, is known as electrodynamics. which we are going to discuss in this chapter. Okay, so static electricity was just a part of charging of a substance, but we are going to discuss about electrodynamics, that means the current, electricity in this chapter. Okay. Now come to electric current. What is electric current? How does a current produced in a conductor? Current is produced when these electric charges flow from one terminal of the battery to another terminal. Then the current is produced. So the flow of electric charges in a conductor is said to cause an electric current. Okay, so it is denoted by capital I. Then formula, what the formula will become: if Q amount of charge is flowing in a conductor in time t, then electric current is given as current is equals to charge per unit time. मीन्स किसी पर्टिकुलर टाइम में अगर हम कैलकुलेट करें तो कितना चार्ज फ्लो किया है, दैट इज करंट. तो मैथमेटिकली और इन इक्वेशन फॉर्म इफ यू वांट टू राइट, सो Q इज इक्वल्स टू NE, I is equals to Q by T and Q is equals to NE. So if we will replace this Q by NE, so the formula will become I is equals to NE by T. Current is a scalar quantity. Unit of electric current is coulomb per second. As per the formula, charge की unit is coulomb, unit of time is second. So its unit will become coulomb per second, but SI unit is ampere, which is denoted after the name of a scientist, Henri Maria Ampere, denoted by capital A. There is also one unit that is a stet ampere, which is in CGS system, centimeter gram system, seconds. So 1 ampere, the relation between ampere and stet ampere is 3 into 10 to the power 9 stet amperes are there in 1 ampere. Now last is the definition of 1 ampere of current, that is when 1 coulomb of charge flows through a conductor in 1 second, then we say that it is 1 ampere of current. Okay, then what is next? Description of flow of current in a conductor. What is this? Actually these electrons are in random motion. Whenever we supply any current to this conductor, these electrons move in a particular direction, and that is from lower potential to higher potential. Here, hence, cell has potential difference which enables the flow of electrons in a conductor. इसमें एक potential difference होता है, इसीलिए from lower potential to higher potential these electrons flow in a conductor, which is responsible for the flow of current in the conductor. जब ये charges flow करते हैं lower to higher potential, तभी इसमें current conductor में flow करता है. The direction of flow of electrons is from negative end of the conductor to the positive end. क्योंकि जहाँ पर इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ज़्यादा होंगे ऑब्वियसली नेगेटिव एंड पर वहाँ से इलेक्ट्रॉन्स फ्लो करने शुरू होंगे और पॉजिटिव एंड पर जाएंगे. बट इसका जस्ट अपोजिट करंट के साथ होता है. द करंट फ्लोज फ्रॉम पॉजिटिव टू द नेगेटिव. वाई? क्योंकि एक बार लेट मी शो यू अनदर स्लाइड. हेयर इन द फर्स्ट फिगर यू कैन सी हेयर इलेक्ट्रॉन्स are more at this point, the negative terminal of the battery. Electrons move from negative to positive terminal of the battery, and once it will reach here, now excess of electrons are here at this point. So now from here, from positive terminal, the current starts flowing in this way. That is why we are saying that current and electrons are moves in opposite direction to each other. Electrons go from negative terminal of the battery to positive terminal, while the current moves from positive terminal of the battery to the negative terminal. Is that clear? It will be more clear from the next diagram also. This the below one. The positive terminal, that means higher potential. From here the current will go from positive to negative, while at the negative end the electrons will move from negative to positive, as you can see from this arrow. Okay, and both these ends, the difference between the two ends is known as voltage, that means potential difference. Clear? Next is conductors and insulators. So this current can flow through conductors. Before that, we'll discuss about insulators. What are insulators? Insulators are just opposite of conductors. Those substances which do not allow the electric charges to flow through them easily are known as insulators, और which offers high resistance against flow of charges, means जो flow of charges को रोकता हो, highly resist करता हो. Highly resist means to stop that current to flow. Those are known as insulators. So what are some examples? Like rubber. We use to cover the metallic wires so that we may not get any electric shock. That is insulator. Rubber is an insulator. Next example is porcelain. Some of you might not be knowing what is porcelain, so I have shown a diagram here. In the pictures you can see what are porcelain, or all the three pictures are of porcelain. You might have seen with the poles, these wires are attached to the poles with the help of these porcelain insulator. Actually this acts as a resistor, and it will not allow the current to flow from wire to the pole, so that you may not get any shock. Clear? So these are porcelain. These are very delicate, but they are solid. In the first picture you can see they have attached 3 porcelain together, because such a high voltage wires are there which are connected to these porcelain, so that the current may not travel from the wire to the pole. That is why they are connecting these porcelain to these wires. Clear? And the next one is your semiconductors. Semiconductors are between insulators and conductors. Okay, semiconductors means the materials which conduct electricity to a certain extent, because there are very small number of free charges available there. Okay, for example silicon, germanium. Let me give you some example of this. Let me give you some examples. These are used in transistors, they are used in calculators, and used as temperature sensors, in diodes. Okay, so next is conductor, which is most important one here. The substances which let electric charges flow across them easily without providing considerable resistance, means there is no stoppage in between, which will allow the continuous flow of electric current through it. These are known as conductors. Basically in physics we are going to use metals as a conductor. Okay, otherwise solutions of salts, acids and bases and all ionized gases are also conductors which can produce electricity through it. Okay, next is superconductors, means above than conductors. These are not in use these days. Not these days, actually scientists are working upon them. Superconductors basically are those in which absolutely no obstruction to the flow of free charges is there. Example is mercury at 4.2 Kelvin. Okay, so the main important thing is insulators possess very few free electrons in comparison to conductors. As compared to conductors, there are very few free electrons. That is why it does not allow the electricity to flow through it. It does not allow the current to flow through it. It does not conduct electricity. Move to the next one. Electric field. What is electric field? Electric field is that space of any charge in which another charged or uncharged body can experience attraction or repulsion. Okay, means that vicinity in which if you keep another charged or uncharged body, so that charged or uncharged body can feel the attraction or repulsion by that charged body. That is known as electric field. That charge is said to possess an electric field. Then what is electric potential? Potential is a word related with the capability or the ability of a charged body to attract or to repel. Means उसके अंदर कितनी ताकत है that it can attract any charged body towards itself. So कितनी ability होती है, that depends upon a physical quantity, and that physical quantity is known as electric potential, means the capability of that charged body. So electric potential increases if we will increase the charge. जितना ज़्यादा चार्ज होगा like on high tension wire, उसमें चार्ज जितना ज़्यादा फ्लो करता है उतना ज़्यादा उसमें खतरा होता है इलेक्ट्रिक शॉक का. So we can say that if we will increase the charge on any body, so it will increase the electric potential definitely. सो इट इज़ डिफाइंड एज द अमाउंट ऑफ वर्क डन इन ब्रिंगिंग अ यूनिट पॉजिटिव चार्ज. तो उसके पास किसी मीन्स कितना ईजिली कोई ऑब्जेक्ट अट्रैक्ट होता है या नहीं होता है, तो दैट अमाउंट ऑफ वर्क डन टू ब्रिंग क्लोज टू इट is known as electric potential. Clear? Then what is the next one? If Q charge is taken from infinity to point A as shown in the figure, from infinity we have to bring this charge Q to point A, then electric potential क्या होगा? Work done per unit time. Okay, electric potential is a scalar quantity. SI unit of electric potential will be the SI unit of work upon SI unit of charge, that is coulomb per joule. Sorry, joule per coulomb is the unit of potential, which can also be known as volt. So definition of 1 volt will become electric potential due to a charge at a point in its field is said to be 1 volt if 1 joule of work is done in bringing 1 coulomb of charge from infinity to that point. Means we have to bring 1 coulomb of charge from infinity to that point. Okay, that is known as 1 volt. Move to the next one. Electric potential difference. Okay, so basically the positive charges will flow from higher potential to lower potential. Okay, very easily, like the principal can directly go to the student and inform about anything. Okay, without hesitation. But if the student want to go to the principal to request something, that means if from lower potential to higher potential we have to take the charge, we have to do some work. Okay, so what is that work? That is equals to the electric potential difference, that is VAB is equals to VB minus VA. That means we have to take charge from A to B. Since the potential at point B is greater than the potential at point A, as you can see in the figure, the potential at point B is greater than the potential at point A. Let us consider. Okay, so we have to do some work if we want to move from A to B. पोटेंशियल किस पे ज़्यादा है? B पे. हमें चार्ज कहाँ से ले जाना है? A से. तो जब A से B पे चार्ज ले जाना है, we have to do some work, and that work done is known as electric potential difference. So electric potential difference is the difference of potentials between 2 points in the electric field of a charged body, between 2 points A and B in the electric field of it is written here everything that VB is greater than VA. That means potential at point B is greater than potential at point A. Unit will remain same, that is volt. Okay, and because of this volt or electric potential difference only, the flow of electrons is caused. That means the flow of electrons is caused by voltage or potential difference provided by the battery. बैटरी ने जितना पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस दिया है उसी के अकॉर्डिंग फ्लो ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होता है. द मोर विलिंगनेस ऑफ द टर्मिनल्स टू गिव अप एंड रिसीव इलेक्ट्रॉन्स मीन्स जितना ज़्यादा पावरफुल और जितना ज़्यादा पोटेंशियल इस बैटरी का होगा उतना ही ज़्यादा वो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी प्रोड्यूस करेगा. ऑब्वियसली अगर आप हाई वोल्टेज की बैटरी लेते हो तो वो ज़्यादा वोल्टेज की electricity produce करें. So the more willingness of the terminals to give up and receive electrons, more will be the voltage. Another name of voltage produced by the source of the battery of electric current is electromotive force, that is EMF. So EMF of a source of potential difference can be defined as potential difference between its terminal when it is in an open circuit. तो जितनी ज़्यादा willingness होगी उतना ज़्यादा potential difference होगा और उतना ही ज़्यादा उसका voltage होगा और उतनी ही अच्छे से